I want to ask you about a quote that appeared, a statement that the president's appeared in the Washington Post reporting that's kind of specifically aimed at you and thousands, hundreds of thousands of others. He said, it says, Trump believed that people who served in the Vietnam War must be losers because they hadn't gotten out of it, according to a person familiar with the comments. Now, most of your Yale graduating class managed to get out of it. Donald Trump managed to get out of it. Can you explain to Donald Trump why you volunteered?
Well, I've said many times. I wrote about it. I said it at the time. I said it when I came back and opposed the war, which a lot of people didn't like. People didn't like the fact that a veteran came back and spoke out against the war. But what I said was that my parents were greatest generation parents. My dad volunteered to be in the Army Air Corps in 1939. And my mother worked as a nurse. She happened to be in Europe at the time when the war broke out. She was taking care of refugees and wounded, escaped in front of the Germans only a day before they came in to occupy the city of Paris. So I grew up with a sense of service and responsibility and believed that we all owe it to our country. And of course, President Kennedy summoned our generation to that task. Many of my closest friends at Yale did volunteer for service. One of my very, very closest friends, Richard Pershing, grandson of General John Pershing, the general of the armies of World War I, was killed in Vietnam during Tet of 1968. And other great friends of mine were killed. So that is service. That is the greatest sacrifice. We've always called that. Go back and you read Abraham Lincoln's speech at Gettysburg, tiny little speech that he wrote, whatever it was, 3 minutes something, recorded for all history because he understood what we owed the people who sacrificed. Donald Trump in Paris, when presented with the prospect of going to a rainy ceremony at the cemetery where they were going to celebrate the Marines who were lost in World War I at Belleau Wood, his reaction was, I don't want to get my hair wet, his reaction was that the Marines who lost their lives there were suckers. And it just is such an appalling inability to understand as a president of the United States. And that's something that, even the vets who came back in the post-war always honored the service of our fellow veterans, despite the fact that some bad things happened over there. The vast majority of people who served in Vietnam served with such honor and such distinction and gave their all in a situation where the politicians were letting them down every single day. A great tragedy for our country, and one that we unfortunately executed in another war of choice, which was Iraq. But this is just the juxtaposition between Donald Trump and Joe Biden simply could not be clearer. And I think service people all over the world are going to look at this and they understand what has happened. I mean, Donald Trump went on the Howard Stern show years ago and equated his chasing of women in New York as his Vietnam. Somehow that's the way he saw the world, and I don't think it's changed very much since.